Looking for photography tips, inspiration, ideas, or anything about film? Well, you've come to the right place. Born in Film and PhotoNation present Film Factor Podcast. Follow us on our social platforms at Born in Film on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Our proud generation of visual storytellers, young and old alike, across all gender, beyond ethnicity, thriving in an online community. Built in the Philippines for the world. From the streets of Intramuros to the ringing bells of Chalon-sur-Saône, atop the great mountains of the Himalayas to the deeps of the Great Barrier Reef. Across Asia, Europe, Oceania, Africa, and the Americas. We will tell stories. We are PhotoNation, and the passion will live on.
PhotoNation. 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 Ang PhotoNation.
Now to your regularly scheduled program.
When your camera is made by Kodak, you know it's good.
Tonight, I'd like to show you one of the world's great cameras.
Tonight, I'd like to show you a new idea in picture taking.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
I see the picture in my mind's eye, and I give it to you as the equivalent of what I saw and felt.
We choose to go to the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We will never forget that we are analog human beings.
My job is to be authentic.
We all love stories. We're born for them.
Coming to you live from Stratobox Studios in Manila, Philippines.
Kumusta uwi mo dyan, anak?
Film Factor Podcast is back with a special live broadcast of PhotoNation Gives Back 2. Performing tonight, Brian Chan, Mar Angelo Perez, Kevin Ika Bales, Brian Canzana. Joining us tonight, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, Photography with a Difference, and the Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. Also launching tonight, Breaking Boundaries.
Hi guys, welcome back. Good evening. Again, my name is Franz and welcome to Film Factor Podcast. We have another night of PhotoNation Gives Back. Again, for those who don't know what PhotoNation is, we are a photography community and we invite you over to join us. And we have been doing this since last week, and this is actually our closing program where we invited our friends from our partner organizations, which we will be helping in the coming days. And if you haven't seen the first part of this, you can go back to Film Factor Podcast page and check out the previous episode that we have for you. We have lots of friends who will be performing tonight, and please do stick around for that. Without further ado, let me bring up to screen our first guest. Siguro we'll begin with, since POS is here, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, Miss Sharon is here. Maybe we can begin with her first. Yeah, let's welcome Miss Sharon. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, Miss Sharon, good evening. Yeah.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. And Ms. Sharon, maybe we can begin with what is POS for those who haven't yet heard about POS. What is POS?
PAWS, or the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, is we are a registered nonprofit, volunteer-based organization which is dedicated to the protection and promotion of the humane treatment of animals. So when we say animals, it's not just limited to dogs and cats. We've also helped other animals as well, including animals that are being used for food or farm animals.
Yun. Oo nga, kasi yung ibang mga viewers natin akala nila or they might be wondering about, kasi nakita ko rin yung mga efforts nyo helping out the horses, tsaka yung mga, I believe, tama ho ba sila yung mga horses during the Taal? Tama ba?
Yes, we were able to rescue 45 horses. Sadly, one passed away from the Taal Volcano Island itself. But out of the 44 horses that we rescued, around 5 actually gave birth.
Wow.
During the pandemic. So it just showed that we were able to rehabilitate them, and they were actually healthy enough to have babies. So when we were locked down, we were not able to visit them. And after the lockdown, when we went back to Taal or to Batangas, we were surprised that most of the females were actually pregnant.
Ayun. That's very good news hearing about that. In terms of Ms. Sharon, what are the ano ba yung pinaka-mission or pinaka-goal ng POS?
Recording in progress.
We're actually here. We exist to prevent cruelty, which is the reason why POS lobbied for the Animal Welfare Act.
Yeah.
It's the first law here in the Philippines that's against cruelty, and it makes hurting animals punishable by law. And we want to actually remove the fear, suffering in animals, and to promote a society that is based on humane principles.
Ganda ng mission na po. And in terms of the activities you do naman po, I believe kanina lang kakagaling nyo lang po sa activity with Kuya Kim. Yan, maybe you can talk about that. Sige po.
Yes. As I've said earlier, we're not just focused on dogs and cats. So we're here to promote humane treatment of animals. So marami kasing pilosopo minsan na
Oo.
like this one. This is our chicken project. We're trying to focus at one animal at a time. So okay na medyo pa lang okay na si dogs and cats. So now we're moving on to another animal which is chicken because apparently we Filipinos consume 1.1 billion chicken a year. So ganun kadami. And sometimes we get the question na, is it worth it to actually give them humane treatment, pagandahin yung buhay nila when we're just gonna eat them anyway.
Right.
So this is the reason why we mentioned better, not the best. Because the best is to actually not consume them. But since we're in the pandemic and then yung pig welfare natin, nagkaroon tayo ng pandemic also with the pig. So medyo mahirap talaga na i-eliminate lahat ng sources of food natin na using animals. So we came up with this program or with this campaign to actually ask the consumer, to ask the chicken producer that they can do better. They can produce better chickens na maganda naman yung kabuhay nila. So wag na tayo magpilosopo na papatayin din naman natin sila. Bakit kailangan pa natin silang bigyan ng magandang buhay? So that is what animal welfare is all about.
Yun. Very well said. And then in terms of ano naman po, we know na we're coming into this second year of the pandemic. How was life like for for the animals at your care during the pandemic?
Yeah, they've become restless because we had to close down for more than 2 months last year. And then we also again closed 2 weeks when the ECQ was actually announced a few months ago. So yung mga volunteers din namin are limited. So nami-miss nila yung mga visitors. But we try, the volunteers try their best to go to the shelter and to actually interact with them. And then we also lost a lot of visitors, adopters because of the pandemic, and donors as well. So we had no fundraising events for the past 2 years, so last year and this year. We usually have 4 big events: the Bon Appetit, the first date, wherein it's our chance to actually find a forever home for the shelter animals, and then Pet Blessing and the Scaredy Cats and Dogs. But sadly, we know that we have a tough time ahead of us because of the decrease in the number of shelter visitors who are also spay and neuter clients, adopters, and donors.
So, in terms of ano naman po, siguro let's now head on to yung sitwasyon nyo ngayon. So, we have a photo here about yung mga pantries kasi 'di ba nauso din yung community pantries, and how is POS or how are your organization being able to help the community pantries?
We won't be able to help them without the support of volunteers and donors. And of course, we're trying to keep our heads afloat and to continue with our projects and programs despite of the pandemic. And this is again because of the help of the dedicated volunteers, supporters, donors, our clinic clients. We were able to survive, and we're actually confident that despite the pandemic, although making it difficult for us, we will be able to continue our work.
And then, Ms. Sharon, ito naman, for those who are watching, how can, papaano sila makakatulong? Kasi most of the viewers now are probably interested to help you out. Papaano sila makakatulong? Where do they go?
We have 200 animals at the shelter, and we have also numerous animals under foster care. So we are in need of dogs and cat food, but more on cat food. We have more cats, and then canned foods for our animals in the quarantine, in the sick bay, and the recovery areas. We also need cleaning materials such as powder detergent, liquid bleach, and old newspapers. The simplest is the old newspapers to line up the cages of the cats in the quarantine. They can contact us through our website. It's www.pos.org.ph. They can also bring in their donation at the shelter. We're located at the POS Animal Rehabilitation Center along Aurora Boulevard, Katipunan Valley, Loyola Heights, Quezon City. We're actually directly in front of the Bonifacio flyover.
Yun. Napakadali lang palang hanapin. In terms of ano naman, Miss Sharon, kasi I'm very sure yung mga viewers din natin are or might be interested in adopting the animals at your care. Also din, baka you can also clarify na you don't, hindi kayo nagpapa-adopt or hindi kayo nag-accept ng adoption, pero kayo yung nagpapa-adopt. Yan.
Yes.
Sige po, go ahead.
Thank you for that. It's a common misconception that POS take in or adopt animals. So we don't take in own pets. It's against our motto that a pet is a lifetime commitment. But the rescues that we have were rescued from cruelty and neglect, wherein mostly we filed criminal charges against them or against the ones who maltreated these animals. And due to the current situation, again, we have revised our adoption procedure. So the first step, before the first step was to visit the shelter and look around and try to find the best pet for you. But now you have to set an appointment first by going to our website. And then on the upper right corner, you will be seeing adoption. So click on that to set an appointment with us. We'll be doing an interview and screening. And then if you pass the interview with our adoption team, we will be setting a day for you to meet the adorable animals at the shelter who's waiting for their forever homes.
Ayun. Miss Sharon, what's the name of your dog? Ayan. Nakikita natin. Ang cute-cute niya eh.
The two in the background, the first one is in the photo, it's the 13-year-old Spanky, the one at the back. And then the one with the ribbon is 10-year-old Kikay. And this one, I actually came from another Dr. Doug webinar. This one is Twister. We named her Twister because she was actually found in a dumpster. She was thrown by her original owner. She was paralyzed. She just twisted around her cage, hence her name, Twister. She has actually helped me in several humane education seminars that I have attended because she's the best example of why you shouldn't get a dog if you're not yet ready. Apparently, when she was paralyzed, there was nothing wrong with her. It's just that she had vitamin B complex deficiency, but her original owner did not bother to bring her to the vet at all. She was just thrown like a trash. And one of our volunteers actually found her, thought that she was dead, and taking pity upon her, took her to the shelter for burial purposes. And to her surprise, when she picked Twister up, she was still breathing. So I adopted her out. I first fostered her. I had to do tube feeding. So our vet trained us to do the tube feeding on animals with special needs. And right now, she's one of the noisiest girls that I have here at home.
Ayun. Siguro, Miss Sharon, baka you have a final message for those who are watching. Maybe you can invite them to donate or to adopt a pet.
Yes, for those who would want to donate and to visit the shelter, please visit our website at www.pos.org.ph. And please treat your pets as family members. They are a lifetime commitment. That's the best way that you can help us because you will not be adding up to the problem that we already have. And then help us to stop pet homelessness by being a responsible pet owner, having your pets spayed and neutered as well, and adopt from shelters and share the word with your family and
Ayun. Thank you, Miss Sharon. O nga, kanina I mentioned to Miss Sharon, we have an activity every Sunday, which is Pet Sundays. Maybe it can help spread the word of POS. Diba? Ayun. Miss Sharon, thank you. We hope to,
Thank you so much.
See you. Ayun, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Ayan. And that was Miss Sharon of POS. Maybe now, let's try to hear it from our other organizations that we will be supporting. si Miss Linda. Ayan, we're just waiting for Miss Linda. Ayan. Anyway, siguro let's begin muna with Miss Sarita of PWD. Good evening, Miss Sarita.
Good evening.
Ang ganda ng kwentuhan namin ni Miss Sari kasi nanggaling to from Tita Harvey who's watching with us. Hi, Tita Harvey. Miss Sari or Miss Sarita, what is PWD and what do you do?
PWD stands for Photography with a Difference Advocacy. And our slogan, as you can see in my virtual backdrop, is Touching Lives Through Photography. PWD Advocacy it's just a non-formal organization that was formed by famous advertising photographer John Chua through Facebook. So we have no formal organization, we have no officers, we have no office, we don't have a budget, but we always dream big. And when we dream big, kasi sky's the limit.
Right? Oo, sabi nga niya, sky's the limit. Diba? Yan yung
Yeah.
We have pictures here. Maybe you can talk about the pictures that you sent us.
All right.
Sige po, go ahead.
Okay. Photography with a difference started in 2008 with a chance encounter between advertising photographer John Chua and this guy on your screen. His name is Ian. He's a 25-year-old guy with autism. So what Master John did was to invite Ian and his mom, Angie, to go to the Manila Zoo. Kasi yan ang favorite spot ni Master John na pinagsusyutan. So ang purpose ni Master John was to have bonding moments with Ian and Angie and then shoot the bonding moments of the son and the mom. And then it turned out na si Ian was interested in photography. So Master John taught Ian photography and in the process, yung mami niya natuto rin. So that picture of that animal is Ian's photo.
Wow. Ganda.
So galing, di ba? So
very good.
So you can show friends the next photo.
Here. There.
Yan, di ba? Ian and the mom lives in the area of Ross Boulevard. So they're always there. Alam naman natin mga photographers gaano kaganda ang sunset dyan sa area ng Ross Boulevard na yan.
Right.
So tingnan mo yung capture ni Ian. Magic hour, tapos may mga boats. Diba? So, ano yun lang siya ha? Beginner pa lang si Ian using a point-and-shoot camera. Then, you can show the next picture.
He was even part of the, front cover.
Diba, ang photographer, ang dream natin is to land in the front page of the newspaper. That's what happened to Ian. That is his photo. He took that photo shooting down. Actually, yung photo na yan, meron pa portion ng paa niya yan eh. So that's Ian's photo. So if you will see at the front page, that's how Ian would like to express himself through photography.
Amazing.
That's one of the purpose of or objective of photography with a difference is to teach people or PWDs how to express themselves through photography.
Ito, Miss Sari, we have another photo.
Yan. That's one of our beneficiaries sa Manila Zoo din. So we were teaching kids how to take pictures and in the process, sobrang nag-e-enjoy sila.
Right.
Okay? So ang dating natin dito is we show the society that PWDs are also productive members of our society. So that's why our slogan, Touching Lives Through Photography.
Right. And then, you also have different activities, diba? Ito, like this.
Yes. We had the Dream Flight. That's what we call Dream Flight eh. We have kids kasi from Kite Foundation these kids we know have cancer. And nalaman namin from the organization headed by sila Miss Cynthia Manzanares na gusto nung ibang bata lumipad, maka-experience lumipad. Tapos yung meron din gusto maging cabin crew, gusto maging FA. So nakipag-tie up kami, tuwan-tuwa kami, with the Philippine Navy, ha? Just imagine, Philippine Navy, flying. So we went to Sangli, the Philippine Navy, with their kindness, nilipad nila itong mga bata, kids with cancer. So ayan, on your screen is one of our pilots teaching one of the kids how to fly an airplane. Tapos yung isang picture naman dyan, nag-enjoy naman yung kids taking the plane. Ang concept ng photography with the difference is we have a kid from an organization. We partner the kid with a volunteer photographer so that the photographer can take pictures of the kid while enjoying himself do sa activity. This one naman landed also in the front page. This is what we call Reach for the Sky. This is in partnership naman with the Angeles City Flying Club.
Wow.
So, ultralight, tapos may mga light planes. And then we were fortunate enough, naging Reach for the Sky 1, 2, 3, and 4. We partnered also with the Air Force. Dumating ang Air Force, may dalang chopper. Dumating ang Philippine Navy, may dala din mga eroplano. We have several ultralights. We have light planes. And we have siguro mga over 100 kids who took these flights. The whole day, we were all flying. Pati mga parents nila excited. Pati mga photographers excited. So, Reach for the Sky 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
And after those activities, Franz, we hold photo exhibits,
Yeah.
para mapakita namin kung gaano kagaganda yung mga pictures ng mga bata while enjoying themselves. It's sort of a worry-free day for them, Para once in their lives, makalimutan naman nila yung kanilang kapansanan, kung may cancer, kung may rare disease, ganyan. This one, there's a picture before this, photography beyond sight.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Ito muna, yan. With the team, yan.
Yan, with the team. Si Master John kasi, sabi niya, kung ako nga lang mag-isa, na-inspire ko yung mga tao, natatouch ko yung lives ng mga PWD sa mga bata. What more kung i-triplicate natin yan, di ba? Kung ako isa lang photographer, pag i-replicate ko yan, mas marami tayong batang mapapaligaya. Mas marami tayong matatouch na lives. So what he did was he posted on the Facebook page of PWD Advocacy calling for volunteer photographers. So kami yung unang-unang grupo, core group, na pumunta kay Master John, as we call him. Sali kami dyan. Tutulong kami dyan. So kami yung core group, yan yung nasa picture. That core group came from Makati Camera Club, and then we formed also the Canon Advocacy Team. Canon used to be our sponsor. So ayan, yan yung core group ni Master John. Gagaling yung mga photographers yan.
Oo. And then, ito naman yung
and
beyond sight.
This one, you will not believe this, Franz. Photography beyond sight. Why? We taught 5 visually impaired kids photography.
Would you believe that, diba? Grabe.
O, diba?
Ito siya, Miss Sari, no?
Yeah, kung sighted ka nga, diba? Minsan nahirapan ka pa mag-take ng picture. What more? These kids are visually impaired. But what did we do? We taught them on how to use their other senses. Sense of touch, sense of smell, hearing, feeling, tasting. So they are partnered with their mentors. So 1:1 yan
Right.
So kami as mentors, we went through some orientation with PAVIC, Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children, on the sensitivities of handling kids with visual impairment. Tapos nag-consult din kami sa mga medical team na paano ba ang mga ang mga senses pala ng visually impaired ang lalakas. Lalo yung mga pandinig.
Right.
Pagka pinahawak mo sa kanila yung camera and you teach them the different buttons, features ng camera, alam nila agad, naririnig nila, tick, tick, tick. So that's how they learn the different features of the camera. And then, if they want to shoot a person, that person should call on them para matansya nung visually impaired kung nasaan yung kinukunan niya. Kung nasa harapan ba niya, nasa kaliwa, nasa kanan, nasa likod. Ganyan.
Grabe,
And then, so the first day of the workshop was a studio setup lang kasi medyo natatakot pa kami. Kasi first time namin ginawa ito eh. So dapat gusto namin controlled environment. And then, half day pa lang, wow, bilib na bilib kami sa mga shots ng mga bata. We were joking them nga, sabi namin, niloloko niya lang yata kami. Hindi yata kayo visually impaired eh. Kasi pasok sa frame lahat ng mga pictures nyo eh. Wala mga putol na ulo. Alam mo yung ganun?
Oo. Miss Rita, are these some of the photos that they took? Ito ba yun?
Yan.
Wow.
Oh.
Grabe,
Full page yan sa Manila Bulletin.
Grabe.
Those were some of the pictures that they took ha. So meron kaming stills. Nagkuha kami ng mga fruits, ng mga toys, ng mga flowers. So that was day 1. And then, yun nga, second day, nagpunta kami ng Manila Zoo. Medyo, sabi ni Master John, kaya na ba? Kaya na ba? Oo, kaya na. Labas na tayo. Punta kami ng Manila Zoo. O, hawak kami ng mga snake, mga ibon. Yun naman yung mga subjects nila. So, ayan, some of the pictures na lumabas sa Manila Bulletin. And also, we were featured sa TV, sa real time. Ang title ng TV special was Kulay sa Dilim.
Wow.
Yan.
Galing. And siguro, Miss Sari, in terms of, punta naman tayo kay Sir John. Kasi, it's sa kanya nagsimula. So,
yes.
Baka you can talk about how he was able to inspire then also people like you in terms of helping PWD.
Yeah. Si Master John, as we call him, I've known him since my advertising industry days. So, nakita kami uli sa Glorieta and he told me about this advocacy. So, nag-interesado yung buong Makati Camera Club and we felt that wala naman kami mga anak na PWDs, wala kami kamag-anak na PWDs, but we wanted to help and to pay it forward. So lahat kami volunteers, and si Master John wala siyang talagang core group who will help him.
Right.
Si Master John, busy yan. Advertising photographer yan. Araw-araw may shoot yan. So kailangan talaga niya ng mga sidekick katulad namin na gagawa ng concept paper, makikipag-usap sa mga sponsors, sa mga venue partners. So, what we do is, we always meet. Ayan, yan si Master John. And ang kanyang kaibigan na si Mali, ang elephant na makikita natin sa Manila Zoo. Itong video nakikita natin sa screen ngayon, ayan, one of the, ni Master John yan, famous pictures.
Oo, lalo na to.
Ayan. Oh, he's a famous advertising photographer. He won so many awards already. And sabi niya, what else can I do? O, diba? So, itong photography with a difference made a difference in our lives. All the while we thought, kami yung magme-mentor, kami yung magtuturo sa mga bata. Yung pala kami yung natuto sa mga bata.
Oo nga.
Natuto kami maging selfless. Natuto kami na ma-appreciate mo lahat ng nasa paligid mo. That was why Master John was invited to talk sa TEDx Katipunan.
Yeah.
So, nandiyan kami lahat noon. He talked about PWD advocacy, how he started, and then, that was 2008. 2021 na ngayon. We have siguro over 100 workshops already, involving more than 1,000 photographers nationwide. And as far as Singapore and Hong Kong, as I've mentioned to
Wow.
you.
Oo.
So, ano to, walang budget to ah.
Mm-mm.
So, alam mo, yung kapag meron kang gustong gawin,
Right.
the whole universe will conspire with you
Conspire.
and
Totoo.
gagawa at gagawa ng paraan si Lord
Mm-mm.
para matuloy yung project kasi ang tinutulungan natin mga kabatang may kapansanan.
Mm-mm.
And mabanggit ko lang, Franz,
Mm.
we have several organizations that we are helping out, no? We have Autism Society of the Philippines, we have ADHD, we have Down Syndrome Association of the Philippines, we have PICWIC for hearing impaired children, we have PAVIC, Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children,
Right.
and we have Kite Foundation, Philippine Society for Orphan Disorder. This is an organization for kids with rare disorder.
Mm-mm.
So, ito yung 7 orgs na lagi namin sinusuportahan. We always give them a worry-free day for the kids and the parents. Para once naman in their lives, magkaroon sila ng day off, di
Oo
ba?
nga.
So, we take them to flying, we take them to Tagaytay Highlands, we take them to swimming, meron pang sa Manila Ocean Park. We are so lucky to partner with these organizations, with these establishments. We also are backed up by Canon, by Fuji. We are backed up by SM Cares, SM Program on Disability Affairs, SM Supermalls, very supportive. Just imagine kids with their disorder. First time nila makapunta ng SM Mall of Asia.
Grabe.
First time nila maka-experience ng ice skating.
Mm-mm.
At saka bowling.
It's something
So,
tsaka it's very
iba.
physical when it comes to kids like this. It needs to be very physical, 'di ba? Yung something to ano.
At saka yung pag nakita mo sila, yung tawa lang sila ng tawa, enjoy na enjoy. Ang mga volunteer photographers naman, walang ginawa kundi i-capture mga moments na yon.
Oo. Very
Na ay hirap kasi 'di ba, day in, day out, they are in pain. Meron silang syempre ang hirap ng buhay ngayon, 'di ba?
Right.
So, bago pa sila pumunta ng mall, medyo matatagalan. So, ito yung ino-offer natin sa mga bata, a worry-free day tied up with SM Supermalls.
Tsaka, Miss Sari, you've also won different awards. I think isa dun sa mga awards na to, ito yung Anvil Awards, 'di ba? Maybe you can talk about that.
Yes. We won the Anvil Awards of Excellence. This is tied up with Canon Marketing Philippines. Ito naman kasi nabigay itong award na to because Master John and the team helped out in restoring the rice terraces. The mga photography with the difference, hindi lang siya pang kids with disabilities. We went as far as helping out in restoring the rice terraces. Wow. Di ba ang laking responsibility nun?
Oo. And then,
pero, si Master John, alam mo naman, there's no stopping Sir John.
Oo.
Love na love niya ang Banawe. Love na love niya ang Banawe. So, he spearheaded the restoration of the rice terraces. He called out again for weekend warriors, and we called this the Bachang Project. He called out for weekend warriors. He requested for SM Supermalls, for mga pala, basta lahat ng kailangan para mai-renovate at maayos talaga yung rice terraces. And nung nakita ng government agency yung nagagawa ng weekend warriors, sumuporta na rin ang Department of Tourism. To the point na one day we got a news na maayos na ang ating rice terraces at hindi na siya endangered.
All with the help of that, no? Napakagandang advocacy. And mind you guys, si Sir John, nanalo rin siya ng Apolinario Mabini Award.
Yes.
'Di ba, Miss Sari?
Yes, for being a volunteer Yan, sa mga advocacies nga. In 2016, he was awarded the Apolinario Mabini Award. Yan, by President Aquino. So, ayan si Master John and with Miss Harvey. And then, 2017, he was also awarded by Canon. This is in celebration of Canon's 20th anniversary. Yan.
And then,
Tapos, meron pa kaming isang award, the Canon QC Award, given to the Canon Advocacy Team. Sorry na lang, binigyan kami tig-isang camera.
Wow!
Yung core group, binigyan na tig-isang camera. At syempre, meron din kami certificate. Yan.
Miss Sari, siguro in terms of, kasi nga we're in a pandemic, maybe you can talk about yung, siguro yung naging challenges nyo as an organization during this pandemic.
If you will notice, all our activities are outdoor. It's a face-to-face kind of bonding between the parents and the children and the photographers. Bawal lumabas ngayon ang mga bagets. So, that's the challenge that we are facing at the moment. So, sabi namin, miss na ng mga bata ang mga activities or sinabi na namin na hintay lang natin matapos itong pandemic at COVID, tayo babalik, definitely. Magkakaroon tayo uli ng mga activities. But, wait, we have an upcoming mobile photography online workshop. This pandemic is not stopping the PWD core group. Magkakaroon tayo ng mobile photography workshop. Ito muna. Parents muna ang ating tuturuan on how to take good pictures of their children and tell a story kung ano ang pinagagagawa nilang mag-iina sa bahay, di ba? So, para naman sila, maging productive din sila, tapos maka-board na sila sa bahay. So, ito, magandang opportunity for them to learn mobile photography. So, project natin yan, Franz.
Oo.
Sali kayo dyan.
Sabi ko nga kay Miss Rita, yung mga output nila, maybe we can turn them into stories, di ba? Na we can feature the profiles of the kids, tapos kwento natin yung story nila. And speaking of profiles and story, Miss Rita, we kasama tayo tonight na who will be sharing her journey siguro, ang journey nila nung child niya, si Miss Linda. Maybe you can intro muna, Miss Rita, about PAVIC and paano nyo nakilala yung PAVIC. Go ahead.
PAVIC. Ang PAVIC, pag sinabi mong PAVIC, walang iba kundi si Sister Linda Choi.
Ayan. Si Miss Linda.
Alam mo, Franz, napakasarap ng pakiramdam kasi dahil dito sa PWD Advocacy, nagkaroon kami ng maraming kaibigan sa maraming organizations na kala mo dati kanya-kanya sila, di ba? Kanya-kanya silang projects. Ngayon, sama-sama na kami sa lahat. Si Miss Linda, ang unang-unang lumapit kay Master John. Kaya nagsimula lahat to dahil kay Miss Linda Choi. Yan, pakana ni Miss Linda Choi yan. Kasi sabi niya kay Master John, bakit ganon? Yung mga kids daw with visual impairment, every time we take a picture of them, palagi na lang silang nakayuko. Gusto namin kunan sila ng magagandang pictures din. So, paano ba yan? Paano ba natin gagawin, Master John? So, that was the challenge. Yan yung unang-unang malaking project ni Master John. Actually, nauna pa si Miss Linda Choi. Wala pa ako noon Oo. So, si Miss Linda Choi is very active. She's a parent of Kara. One of our favorite also na mga kids from PAVIC. PAVIC is Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. Napaka-active ng PAVIC and they're very, very supportive. Alam mo, friends, lahat kami rito, volunteers. Pero pag nagtrabaho, kala mo may sweldo.
Oo nga.
Okay.
We
So
feel the
si Miss Linda Choi, pag sinabi mo Pavic, Linda Choi 'yan.
we feel the passion. Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Sarita. Thank you for
Okay po, you're welcome.
ayan. Thank you, Miss Sarita. Usap tayo after. Ayan.
Sure.
Sige po. Thank you. Now let's hear it from Miss Linda, who is the mother of Kara. So ikikwento niya sa atin tonight ang storya nila, how paano yung naging journey nila mag-ina and their family also, and what Pavic does. Miss Linda, good evening. I think you're on mute po. Miss Linda, I think you're on mute po. Hold on. Yan. Ayun.
Okay.
Good evening, Miss Linda.
Hi, good evening.
Ayan.
Yes.
Miss Linda.
So nice to hear from Sarita about photography of a difference and also about Pavic. Thank you, Sister Sarita.
Ayan. And Miss Linda, maybe you can start with paano yung naging journey nyo as a family. Maybe you can introduce also Kara and her story tsaka yung journey niya. Sige po, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I'm mother to Kara. She is now 22 years old. So Kara was born very premature, 1.2 kilograms at 28 weeks. So sobrang-sobra siya maliit. So nagkaroon siya ng maraming problema sa physical. So first, we underwent surgery for the heart. And siguro sa mga over-oxygen, nakiging isang condition niya na mga preterm babies is called retinopathy of prematurity. So meron siyang itong condition which leads to sometimes visually impaired pero sometimes complete blindness. So in the case of Kara, she has complete blindness with global delays and mild cerebral palsy. Tapos meron din siya parang traits ng autism. So it's a complete package.
Oo nga.
So Kara is the younger of my two children. My son is already 30 years old. Kara is now 22. So that is the beginning of my journey. Can you show some photos, Franz?
Yeah. Miss Linda, I have a question. In terms of,
Yes.
Kasi nga, di ba, ito, nag-usap tayo kanina, and how did it feel like learning na you have a child that has or is visually impaired? How did it feel?
Yung una, hindi mag-registered eh. Ang una, ang alam ko, when I heard that she's going to be blind, parang ang una ko naisip, alam mo, sobrang-sobrang babaw. Ang isip ko, paano na? Hindi siya makita yung maong. Hindi siya nakita yung tamid. Yung parang yun ang naisip ko. Parang sobrang babaw kasi it did not register what is a blind child. How is it to become a blind child's mother? So parang ang una, talagang naisip ko, paano siya makita yung mga makaganda ng mga things like flowers and skies? Yun ang una. Tapos, unti-unti, as you go to the doctors and then everything, so nasang in. And then, aside from the eyes, yung mga ibang problems, like very weak muscle. So when you lift her up, parang na-flop siya. Parang flop lang siya, floppy. Walang strength yung mga muscles eh. Ibang difference talaga siya. So this is my family. I have two children, and in the picture is also my husband, who is the chairman of our parent group, PAVIC, or Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. I'm very, very blessed to have a very supportive family. No, so with the birth of Kara, our lives change a lot.
Right. And Miss Linda, kiniwento mo rin with us yung help ng teachers din or yung teacher ni Kara, which is si Teacher Mila. Maybe you can talk about that. How was education like for Kara?
Actually, we started early kasi when I knew that my daughter was going to be blind, ang una-una ako, parang wala pa akong computer noon eh. Parang sobrang akong low-tech ako. That was 1998. So I was very new to email, but I searched in the internet and I found a parent support group in America. It's called ROP, Retinopathy of Prematurity. Doon ako nakakonect sa mga parents from iba-ibang countries. So doon ako nag-learn a little bit, and then I was eventually referred to a developmental pedia who told me about a fellow parent whose child is also blind. And I heard from them about resources for the blind. And being with resources for the blind is a life-changing moment for us. Kasi Teacher Mila Weiner, came to my house when Carol was only 4 months old. Sabi niya, kahit na blind siya, kailangan mo i-treat niya as a normal child. Dapat ibihis mo siya, pagkising na, dapat siya ibihis ng day clothes. Ang isip ko, hindi naman siya nakita eh. How can she take the difference? How can she know about anything, di ba? Parang why the effort?
Right.
Tapos sabi niya, kahit na ngayon 4 months old, i-brush niya teeth. Sabi ko, isip ko naman, walang teeth naman yan eh. Di ba? Pero sabi niya, you have to make her used to having something in her mouth. Many blind children have very bad teeth because their parents did not know that they have to brush their teeth very early on. So pagdating ng mga 2 years old, gusto nang pasok ng kamay o brush sa mouth niya, parang nightmare sa kanila. So that is why one of our earlier parang lessons from Teacher Mila. Tapos, so parang nandyan yung monitoring from Teacher Mila and resources for the blind. Until when Cara was about 3 years old, we went to resources for the blind and eventually enrolled in our preschool sa resources for the blind. Doon talagang life-changing. Kasi una-una, pagpasok pa lang ako, nakita ko yung mga ibang parents, around 10, nakaantay lang sila sa mga bata nila. Tapos kwentuhan, saya-saya, tapos tawalan, no? Sabi ko, ano pa yan? Parang meron pa sila talagang ng child ng blind. Kasi parang wala lang. Parang normal lang. Sabi ko, how can they laugh? How can they joke around? Diba? They also have a blind child. Parang yan ang parang sa akin yon. Parang end of the world eh. There is nothing to be happy about. Diba? How can I raise a child who is blind? I have never known anyone who is blind or who has a blind child. So parang the world has been very great for me since the birth of my child. Although malaking tulong sa amin yung foreign parent group online and also my family. Pero turning point talaga is resources for the blind preschool. So doon kami na-start na mga, nagkwentuhan din, unti-unti natatawa din na ako, nagkukwento na rin ako. Tapos unti-unti sabi natin, sige, meron dito sa isang parent, meron siyang malaking pahay, doon na lang tayo mag-swimming.
Oo nga.
Diba? Parang yun lang talagang yun ang start. Tapos, after that, sige, mag-barbecue party tayo sa Tagaytay. So sa mga ganyan, yun lang talagang ang start ng parent group. And then,
kumbaga, Miss Linda, Miss Linda, sorry to break you. Kumbaga parang the friends that you meet, the community that you built, sila yung naging support group nyo, right?
Yes. Yun ang parang nakiking backroom namin. So doon din nakita namin marami mga iba less fortunate pa sa amin. Feeling ko before, having a blind child is really, really the worst thing that can happen to you.
Right.
Pero nakita ko yung iba, parang abandoned child, tapos na-adopted sa kapitbahay ng labantera. Meron naman yung mga blinded by vitamin deficiency, dahil yung parents niya are drug addicts. Sobrang daming sad stories. Doon ako siguro na-realize, very blessed pa rin ako.
Right.
Hindi ako yung pinaka worst. So parang doon ako na kung kulang ako, mas kulang sila. Parang ako yung dapat may obligation to really help others. Tapos when you try to help, you really feel the happiness.
Right.
So that is how public has come. Actually, we started 1998 before I even joined Resources for the Blind. Pero maliit lang. Tapos with the help of around 10 parents, we become a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is a photo of a parents' congress that was held in West Avenue. I think it was Sequoia Hotel. I think that was the 4th or the 5th. Kasi we hold National Parents Congress every 3 years. And we invite parents from all over the Philippines and even neighboring Asian countries to attend this 3-day, 2 nights. Pero I am proud to say, even this COVID pandemic did not prevent us from having the 6th Parents Congress. We just concluded our 6th Parents Congress this May 21 to 23, and we have in attendance around 125 parents.
I think we have a
and
photo of
teachers.
that. Ito, Miss Linda. Yan.
Yes. Sobrang proud kami kasi parang feeling mo, di ba, pandemic, pero the parents are really coming out. And, I feel so proud when I hear parents, yung mga new parents sharing about their children. Kasi compared to them, when I was a young mother of Kara, parang hiyang-hiya ako mag-speak out eh. Pero these new parents from Visayas, from Mindanao, from Luzon, they all speak of their children. Sobrang silang happy. I think the parent group and also Resources for the Blind and also our partners like Perkins International, ICEVI, International Council for Visually Impaired Persons, with the support of all these non-government agencies and government agencies like Department of Education and CTA, many other organizations like Photography with a Difference.
Right.
Yeah, this is a project we have in Naga. We signed a MOA with the Naga city government, that was before the pandemic. So wherein they have put into agreement to build a rehab center for the government for Naga city. So this is a very big impact for Naga city and also for the whole country as for the visually impaired children and also for children with other special needs.
And also, Miss Linda, ito pa, may next photo tayo with Perkins, I think.
Okay. Ito yung project namin, Perkins International. Perkins International is an American non-government agency which helps worldwide blind children and adults, but mostly it is multiply handicapped children visually impaired. So we were connected with a chef who loves to bake, and also we are, I think, around 2 batches of 8 children. So we were being taught how to bake. And then, yung mga parents, very resourceful eh. Pag natuturo na kami, pag uwi kami, i-practice, tapos benta na. So, hindi lang ako maraming kami parents, magaling na ngayon mag-bake.
Si Kara, ito, nag-bake na rin siya.
Ito, nabibake, tapos nabibenta. Pag narinig niya si Tita Sarita, yun. Tita Sarita, would you like to buy?
Si Tita pa.
Nakikita na siya.
Mukhang masarap. Oo.
Yeah, very nice activities like Photography with a Difference. They expose our children to everyone. Parang hindi na sila hiya, parang meron pa silang special privilege pa eh. We go to SM, so we were treated with priorities. We go to Star City, we go to Manila Ocean Park. No, we have all these activities, and because of the social awareness promoted by social groups and also with the help of NCPA, DepEd, and everyone, our children are more widely accepted and understood.
I think that's one of the most important things, diba? Yung
that's right.
Awareness.
That's true.
And speaking of awareness, Miss Linda, how can people help? For those who are watching, what help or what type of help do you need for PAVIC?
I think the first and foremost is that we want to be accepted and to be understood. We want to be embraced as normal members of societies, no?
Right.
Hanggang ngayon meron pa rin ng stigma.
Right.
Pag nakita nila ng bata, no, na kahit na anak ko, no, na medyo nakayuko, sabi nila, bakit naantok pa siya? Bakit may sakit pa siya? So the first thing, I actually welcome these remarks kasi that gives me a chance to really talk about my child or our children, no? Kasi hindi sila nakita kaya nakayuko sila, no? And then many public activities are so important. Like I would like to also mention about this Friday night. No, we have a Friday night activity, which every Friday we gather parents, old parents, new parents, and then we share experiences. This is a very distressing activity for all parents. Tapos we have this virtual run. No, virtual run took place in July of 2020. So our children were required to run 2 kilometers kasi yung iba hindi makrun eh. So we were asked to run 2 kilometers a day for 14 days and we were given certificates. So, you know, we have 12 teams coming from different countries, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and then Vietnam. You know, hindi alam ni Kara or other kids. Maybe meron kasi yung iba matalino, like the children in photography, Beyonce, and many others are very, very normal kids, so they understand. But children like Kara, alam nila, they are running with others, but what does it mean? Hindi na niya alam. Pero knowing na she is not alone, there are people, friends running with her, makes her super, super happy. So in this light, I think one of the most important things is for every one of us. So I invite you, thank you very much, Franz, and your group, PhotoNation, for giving us this opportunity. I just like to invite you to be partners in our advocacy, to let people understand more about our children, to let people be more aware of our children in our advocacy for equal education, equal employment, and equal opportunities for rehabilitation and education. I think this is the most important thing, and I think everyone here in this audience can help.
Right. Even yung sharing nga lang, Miss Linda, diba?
Yes,
yung sharing,
I agree. Yes.
Small stories about the kids. I'm very excited with the partnership with Miss Rita, the one she mentioned earlier. The workshop, diba? Maybe it's a way that we can tell more stories of the kids, diba? Na we can share more in terms of what they feel and what they're going through. Kasi iba pa rin pag to a perspective of someone who's dealing with this. Diba? And siguro to end, Miss Linda, we love what you said here, yung quote that you sent us. Maybe you can share this. Yan, yung
I think we cannot choose our children, diba? Nobody chose to become a mother of a special child. Pero with the responsibility of being given a special child, we have we need to raise our children just as best as they can be. So we cannot choose our children, nor can we change them. But what we can change is our own perspective. No? So being a mother of Kara make me become a very different person, a better person who knows how to count her blessing, and a person that sees the needs of my child and also sees the need in other children, and hope in our small way we can bring the society to become a better society for our children.
Wow, very well said, Miss Linda. Thank you for joining us tonight, and also Miss Rita. Please enjoy. We have performers tonight to hindi naman serenade, to perform. They're very much supportive of all the causes, especially of PAVIC, POS, and Photography with a Difference. And again, thank you, Miss Linda and Miss Sarita.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can I greet my fellow parents?
Yes, please. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Si General Eli, of course, my husband, Francis Choi. Si Roden, who is in charge of the virtual run Vista, and to all our parents, Marie Alonso, Tin, Ladera, Grace Torres, Roden Torres, Wing Fernandez, and Leo Lee, and to those who I did not mention, you know who you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to Teacher Ami of Perkins International, and to Ami Mojica, the Director of Resources for the Blind. I think she is also watching. They are all watching. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Linda. And we're very much looking forward to our future partnership. Diba?
Thank you so much.
Ayan. Thank you. And now, tonight, siguro let's begin with the performers. Let's call our first performer. Our first performer, he does acoustics. So, hindi ko na papatagalin. Kausapin na natin siya. Good evening. Ayan, marami tayong Brian na kasama tonight. Brian Chan. Ayan, good evening, Brian.
Good evening po.
Ayun,
magandang ako.
Yes. Kamusta? Kamusta ka naman during ito nga? Ano masasabi mo na nakasama natin kanina yung boss, Photography with a Difference, kumbaga and also Pavic, 'di ba? Anong masasabi mo as a musician and as a photographer?
Grabe, no, ang daming parang naantig yung puso ko eh. At tinamaan ako dun sa sa mga advocacy nila.
Kumbaga,
parang
ang dami pala natin, no? Ang dami pala natin pwede maitulong kahit naglilitrato lang tayo.
Oo, grabe. Kaya kayo guys, huwag na kayong mahiya. Go.
Oo. Tsaka, in terms of ito na, siguro punta na tayo dun sa music mo. We understand na you do music, gumagawa ka ng mga sarili mo rin. You also do yung sarili mong mga kanta. Ano yung nag-udyok sa'yo? Ano yung nagdala sa'yo sa music?
Sa akin, siguro experience na rin eh. Pero kasi, nung bata ako, influence na talaga ng tatay ko yun. Tapos, umapoy lang siya talaga nung na-involve ako sa church. Tapos, doon ako nag-grow mag-gitara, tapos kumanta. Yun. Kaya, parang alam ko yung purpose ng music ko personally. So, kaya nag-alab talaga siya.
Nag-alab. So, in terms of ano naman, siguro, punta naman tayo sa photography. Ano yung sa tingin mo, yung naitutulong ng photography sa music mo? At the same time, ano yung naitutulong ng music sa photography mo?
Kasi nasiset nun yung moods ko talaga eh. Unang-una sa music. Nasiset niya yung moods ko. Kahit na sinong tao yan, masiset niya yung moods mo talaga. Tapos sa photography naman, parang comfort ko kasi yun eh. It gives me peace talaga every time na ginagawa ko yun. Parang, this is my story. This is my song. Yun.
Siguro speaking of songs, siguro pakinggan na natin yung first song. Baka pwede mo yung intro. I believe yung una mong kanta is... Hold on titingnan natin. Your first song is... ano ba ito? Hold on. Ayan, ang una mong kanta ay Here With You. So baka pwede mo ikwento ano yung Here With You. And ano yung... Ayan, go ahead.
Yung Here With You kasi, nasulat ko siya nung unang month ng pandemic, ng lockdown. Sobrang takot na takot ako nun eh. Parang hindi mo na alam kung ano yung kasunod na mangyayari sa mundo. Tapos parang nasa bahay ka lang, tapos things getting worse. Tapos yun yung laging comfort ko. Nagsulat ako ng kanta. Tapos ayun yung lumabas. Actually, this is not my story. This is his story. Talaga.
Ayun.
It's a worship song for me.
Worship song siya. Wow.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Parang it's a conversation song na si Lord yung nagsasalita.
Very inspirational pala yung kanta ni Brian. Without further ado, ito na, pakinggan na natin. Here's Brian Chan with Here With You.
across the wars when fear is in my heart. Anxiety is all around. You bring light into my side. You put shield on this fight where strength is all I found. Darkest days coming in. Burdens rise from within. Don't be afraid, I'm on your side. I always have your back. Trust me what to do, because I am here with you. You calm the raging sea and rule the stormy waves. You speak and they lie still. Your faithfulness is firm. Oh, what steadfast love you give. It will never ever fail. Darkest days coming in. Burdens rise from within. So don't be afraid, I'm on your side. I always have your back. Trust me what to do, because I am here with you. 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 Casting out my fears, wiping out my tears, bringing me your peace, love that never ceases. Casting out my fears, wiping out my tears, bringing me your peace, love that never ceases. Oh, casting out my fears, oh, wiping out my tears. The sun will shine, hope will rise. Don't be afraid, I'm on your side. I always have your back. Trust me what to do, because I am here with you. Because I am here with you. Because I am here with you. I am here with you.
And we're back again with Brian Chan. Ayan, Bri. Siguro tuloy natin yung kwentuhan natin.
Sige.
ano yung type of music that you listen to? Apart from this, ito yung mga worship songs, in acoustics.
Actually, sobrang ano talaga eh. Sobrang dami yung tatanungin. Oo, pero 'di ba kasi parang lumaki ako sa ano eh, tabi ng mga kapatid ko which is alternative rock, tapos hip hop, ganun. Doon talaga ako lumaki eh, sa mga ano eh, mga rap-rap eh. Pero para sa akin at this moment, more genre, more fun eh.
Siguro yung sunod na tanong ko naman, ano yung meron sa music or what's with music na pinakagusto mo talaga?
Ayun, kasi ano eh, yun nga yung purpose ko. Medyo weird, sana wag kayo ma-weird. Yung purpose kasi ng music ko, which is his story nga. So, I know kung ano yung purpose ng music eh. So, it set my moods to worship him, to give him glory.
Ganda nung ano, actually I like that ano. Ganda nung mission, kumbaga mission ni Brian. And it's also helping, 'di ba? And speaking of helping people out, like ito yung ginagawa natin ngayon, how important is helping lalo na ngayong pandemya, nasa pandemic tayo?
Ano yun nga, just listen to music talaga eh, mababago yung moods mo. Kasi nung ako, dumaan din ako talaga sa ano, anxiety. Extrovert kasi akong tao, tapos bigla ka nakulong lang sa bahay. Parang hindi ko na alam. Gusto ko maraming tao talaga eh. So, ayun, dumaan din ako doon, kaya ako rin ito nasulat. So, I encourage you talaga na ano, kung wala kang matakbuhan, ganyan, listen to music, good music.
Yun, very well said. Siguro punta na tayo doon sa next mo naman na ipa-perform or pinerform mo. Baka you can talk about itong Leaves. Ano ba yung Leaves? Bakit mo siya, sinulat mo siya, no? Why did you write about Leaves and bakit ito yung napili mo?
Hindi ko siya sinulat.
Hindi mo
Cover
siya sinulat.
song lang siya.
Okay. Sige. Go ahead.
From Ben and Ben.
Oo nga.
From Ben and Ben.
Go ahead.
Sobrang ganda lang siya for me. It's relaxing. It set my moods din talaga na at peace eh. So yun, pakinggan na lang natin. Salamat.
Oo. Tsaka yung mga ilan sa Ben and Ben are members of PhotoNation. Hello hi.
Hello.
Sa mga members ng Ben and Ben. Ayan. Without further ado, ito na. Let's hear it. Leaves from Brian Chan.
I could think of all the time you told me not to touch the light. I never thought it could be the one. I couldn't really justify or even thought it could be right, 'cause everything we cherish is gone. And in the end, can you tell me if it was worth to try, so I can decide? Leaves will soon grow from the barrenness of trees, and all will be alright in time. From waves overgrown come the calmness of seas, and all will be alright in time. Oh, you never really loved someone until you learn to forgive. Try as hard as I might to flee the shadows of the night. It hunts me in, it makes me feel blue. But how can I try to hide when every breath and every hour still end up thinking of you? And in the end, everything we had make it worth the fight. So I will hold on for as long as the leaves will soon grow from the barrenness of trees, and all until you learn to forget. You learn to forgive. You learn to forgive.
Film Factor Podcast is back with a special live broadcast of PhotoNation Gives Back 2. Performing tonight, Brian Chan, Mar Angelo Perez, Kevin Ika Bales, Brian Canzana. Joining us tonight, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, Photography with a Difference, and the Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. Also launching tonight, Breaking Boundaries.
Okay, we're back. Bray, siguro ito na. Yayain na natin sila. Where can they follow you? Tapos, ano yung mga social networks na maririnig ka pa nila?
Ayun, unang-una follow nyo, subscribe nyo yung YouTube ko. Doon ako madalas nagre-release ng kanta.
Ayan.
Ayan. Brian Chan PH, search nyo lang yan, tapos lalabas na yung mukha ko.
Okay. Tapos may Instagram ka din. Ito, Instagram.
Oo, dun, yung IG ko naman, kung saan yung photography thing ko, it's Chan Art. It's Chan Art. Yan, nakikita nyo dyan sa screen.
Ano yung pinaka-genre mo? Pag tinanong ka about your genre, ano yung pinaka-genre mo sa photography?
Portraiture talaga. Mas love ko talaga yung portrait.
Okay. And then, your page. Ito, promote mo na rin yung Facebook page mo.
Tapos yung page ko din, i-like nyo sa mga friends ko na nanonood. O kaya kung di ko friends. Friends na tayo ngayon. Like yung page ko, Gaze by BC. Yan.
Ayan. And siguro, Bray, bago natin i-cue yung final song mo, baka pwede mong i-share yung final message mo siguro. Hindi mo final message. Baka ano yung pwede mong i-share para pwedeng gawin ng mga tao ngayon, lalo na ngayon yung mga, depression kasi isa yan sa pinakamalaking problema ngayon ng mga tao. So, ano maipapayo mo sa kanila?
Lahat naman tayo may kaibigan. Kung wala ka man kaibigan, nandiyan yung magulang mo, nandiyan yung mga kapatid mo. Lapit ka lang sa kanila kung namomroblema ka. Tapos kung walang-wala ka na talaga, merong isang Diyos talaga na naghihintay lang para sa'yo. Siya yung kausapin mo. Yun. Sobrang effective, grabe ng prayer. Prayer works talaga. So, itry mo na. Sa'yo. Try mo na.
Ako naniniwala ako dyan. Kasi sa totoo lang, minsan pag yung down na down tayo, wala tayong iba matatakbuhan kundi siya, di ba? Lalo na sa panahon ngayong pandemic. Ang daming mga kaibigan natin tsaka pamilya natin nawawala. Diba? And sabi nga natin, it's about the silver lining sa mga and be thankful for having survived kung ano man yung natin. And Bri, baka pwede mo ikwento yung final song na pinerform mo for tonight?
Okay, yung final song naman na create namin to, may kasama din ako dito. Kasama yung mga ka-churchmate ko din. Na-create namin tong kantan to kasi last December lang yon. Parang napili akong last preacher sa church namin. Tapos parang may word na seasons. Tapos yun, parang title to ng song, Seasons. Kasi parang connected siya sa mga nangyayari din talaga. Talagang relatable siya. So sumulat kami ng kantang Seasons. Siguro iwan ko na lang sa katagang minsan kailangan mong kumalas sa gapos ng kahapon at panahon. Patuloy kang mabuhay, sumubok, at maniwalang may aral sa bawat ngayon.
Wow. Very well said. Ayun. With that, pakinggan na natin Seasons by Brian Chan.
don't you know these little hours are gonna be your guide. Just keep your faith alive. Live in every moment. You don't need to rush. Just remember all the seasons. This too will just pass, and it won't last. It won't last. Ain't nothing an accident. Your trouble's not permanent. Just keep your faith aligned above. Live in every moment. You don't need to rush. Just remember all the seasons. This too will just pass, and it won't last. It won't last.
And we're back. Marami pa po tayong performers tonight. Again, please stick around for more. Our next performer, tawagin na natin, is Mar Angelo Perez. Sabi nung Perez. Hi Mar, magandang gabi.
Hello po.
Ayan. Siguro Mar, pakilala ka muna. Ano yung tinutugtog mo at ano yung kinukunan mo? Ano yung paborito mong genre ng photography?
So, ayun po. I'm Mar Angelo M. Perez. Isa po akong musician sa banda at sa kwarto. So, random po yung mga tinutugtog ko. Minsan, rock, vibing na mga kanta, ganun. Tapos love songs. When it comes to photography naman po, mas gusto kong kinukunan yung mga sceneries like sunsets, mga mountains, mga ganun po.
Kumbaga landscape photography.
Yes po.
In terms of music naman, ano sa tingin mo Mar, yung connection mo sa music? Sabi mo nag-photography ka, tsaka nag-music ka. Tinanong ko rin to kanina kay Brian. So para sa iyo naman, ano sa tingin mo yung connection ng photography tsaka music sa ginagawa mo?
Para sa akin po parang pag pinagsama ang photography tsaka music, yun po yung nakaka-satisfy sa akin. Nagbibigay ng satisfaction sa akin na mas galingan ko pa sa mga ganitong bagay, ganun.
And in photography naman, paano siya nakakatulong sa pagme-music mo?
Parang nagsiset po siya ng mood para sa akin. Lalo na kung landscape na mga sunsets, ganun. Nafe-feel ko po yung mood sa mga images na nakukuha ko.
Lalo na also makakatulong din siya pag gusto mong gumawa ng album cover, 'di ba? Makakatulong din. And siguro ito nga, since we're doing this in charity, how does gaano ka importante na nakakatulong tayo sa kapwa natin ngayong pandemic to with pause sa mga animals tsaka do sa ano rin yung reaction mo doon kanina nung narinig mo yung mga storya nila?
Yun, parang heartwarming po. Talagang nakakaantig po kasi yung mga ginagawa nila. Lalo sa mga sa PWD po na tinuturuan po nila yung mga person with ganun, autistic na kumuha ng
special
mga pictures.
Needs. Oo. Go ahead, Mark.
So, sige, Ara po. So for me po parang this pandemic po, mas maganda na nabibigyan po yung mga tao ng chances na mapakita po yung mga talents nila, mga hidden talents nila.
And siguro punta na tayo doon sa first song mo. I believe yung first song mo is, hold on ang first song ni Mar is Paubaya. Paubaya. Baka you can talk about Paubaya. Ano yung Paubaya at bakit ito yung
Paubaya po, song po siya ni Moira na ginawa ko pong instrumental sa gitara. Mainly ang purpose ko lang po dito is hindi naman po ako heartbroken. Gusto ko lang po na kung ano po yung mood ng kanta, yung feel, parang gusto ko po maipasa sa tao na ganito yung maramdaman mo through my music.
Ayun. So siguro without further ado, ito na ho, pakinggan na natin yung first song ni Mar, which is Paubaya. It's a cover by Mar of Moira song, no? Instrumental cover. Okay. Hey, we're back. Balikan na natin si Mar. Mar, ito na, yung first kwentuhan ulit tayo. The next question is, I know pangalawang taon na natin. It's our second year within this pandemic. Baka pwede mo ikwento ano yung mga pinagkaabalahan mo dahil nung nasa pandemic tayo?
Nung nagka-pandemic po kasi parang nahinto yung hobby ko na which is na playing music to some schools, events. Kasama po yung banda ko. Kasi po tumutugtog po kami sa mga iba't ibang events po. Saka schools, ganun. So this pandemic po, naisipan ko po na gumawa ng mga covers ng mga kanta. Yun, naging bedroom musician na lang ako.
Oo nga. Ang live events talaga, isa to sa mga pinaka natamaan ngayong pandemic. And being in the live events industry, ano yung naramdaman mo na mukhang matagal pa to?
Yun po, parang kada bukas po, parang inaabangan po namin kung may chances po na mabalik yung dati na ganito, mapag-perform sa harap ng maraming tao. Yun, patuloy na umaasa pa rin po.
And siguro, ano yung nilook forward mo? Aside from siguro yung mag-perform ulit, ano pa doon? Do you look forward to travel siguro? Ano yung pinaka-excited ka na gawin siguro pag na-lift na itong pandemic?
So, bukod sa pagtugtog po sa live ulit, gusto ko rin po makapag-travel para to do some random shots sa mga lugar, yun. Para may maipon pa po akong mga pictures na ma-share ko sa iba.
Tsaka inspiration, makakuha ka ng inspiration. Yes, and siguro Mar, baka pwede mo ikwento yung next na ipa-perform mo. I believe ito yung Just the Two of Us.
Yun, Just the Two of Us po. Actually, ito po yung naging challenge sa akin na kanta. Kasi I'm not really into mga ganyang type of music. Kasi kasanayan ko po is mga rock, gano'n. Na mabibilis, na wala ganong chill, gano'n. So, ito po yung parang humamon sa akin bilang isang musician na try mo yung ganitong genre. Try mo yung maiba naman. Kung mapapakita mo ba yung talent mo sa ganitong klase ng genre.
Ayun, ganda nung ginawa ni Mar. Ito na, without further ado, this is Mar Angelo with Just the Two of Us.
Film Factor podcast is back with a special live broadcast of PhotoNation Gives Back 2. Performing tonight, Brian Chan, Mar Angelo Perez, Kevin Ika Vales, Brian Canzana. Joining us tonight, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, Photography with a Difference, and the Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. Also launching tonight, Breaking Boundaries.
Okay, we're back with Mar Angelo Perez. Mar, in terms of your social media accounts, saan ka nila pwede i-follow, tsaka saan nila maririnig yung mga gawa mong musika?
So, ayun po, meron po akong YouTube channel, pangalan po MA Covers PH. Doon ko po pinopost madalas yung mga videos ko, tsaka other collaborations ko po sa mga musicians. Meron rin po akong page sa Facebook, MA Covers page din po. Kaka-start ko pa lang po gumawa ng page. Soon, mapupuno na po yun ng mga videos ko. Sa IG ko naman po, mix personal and photography, editing, nandun na po. Jello Perez po sa Instagram account ko.
Hindi pa ako ina-add hindi pa ako ina-add ni Mar. Pero yan, siguro Mar, baka may message ka for those who are watching, o baka may gusto kang batiin na friends mo. Go ahead.
Shout out ko lang po si yung tropa ko na nagdala rin sa akin dito sa PhotoNation, si Arnel Taxon. Yun.
Si Arnel pala.
Solid yung mga shots niya.
Oo. Yan. Sige, baka may gusto ka pang batiin.
Sa mga family ko, sa mga friends, sa juwa. Salamat sa mga sumusuporta sa akin. Sa lahat-lahat.
And siguro, Mar, bago tayo magtapos, baka you can talk about your final song. Ano ito at bakit ito yung napili mo?
River Flows In You po na gawa ni Vichede. Ito po yung rock version po nito na original composition po ni Yeroma na River Flows In You. So, tinugtog ko po kasi ito kasi na-challenge po ako to do this type of playing skills sa gitara. Tsaka nakaka-amaze po kasi nung dati pa lang po, pinapanood ko po yung videos ng gumawa nito at hindi ko pa po kaya kasi noon until ma-reach ko na po yung skill na kaya ko na pala.
Kumbaga naging inspiration mo siya.
Yes po.
Ayun, without further ado, ito na ho, pakinggan na ho natin si Mar Angelo Perez with River Flows, no? Tama ba? Ayan. And go! Okay, we're back with our next performer. Yung sunod natin na performer, he did an acoustic. And yan, pagkikwentuhan natin kung ano pa bukod dun yung ginagawa niya. So, without further ado, ito na, pakilala na natin. Hi, Kevs! Yan, we have
Hello.
Mr. Kevin Icabales with us tonight. Kevs, ano yung nag-attract sa'yo to music? Yan.
Yung nag-attract sa akin to music. Before kasi, nung high school ako, nung time na yun, hindi pa talaga ako marunong mag-guitar. So, nung umuwi kasi yung dad ko from the US, may dala siyang guitar. So, as in, hindi talaga ako marunong. Tapos, eventually, nagkaroon kasi kami ng subject na music. Tapos, from there, nag-start na ako mag-guitar. Nag-aaral. Tapos, nung nakita nung dad ko na parang passionate ako matuto, binigay niya sa akin yung gitara. Tapos, punta pa kami raon, bili-bili na mga ampli, ganun. So, doon ako nag-start.
Yun pala yun. So, in terms of ano naman, we understand you also do photography, di ba?
Yeah.
Tama, no? Events, you're into events photography.
Yeah, I'm into events, real estate, and sa personal projects naman, I do street photography.
Ayun. So, in terms of what you do in photography, saan mo nakikita siguro yung balance between photography and music?
So, I think for me, yung the way I compose my shots, kasi para siyang nakahalin tulad siya sa music for me. Kasi when I do the compositions, so parang at the same time, yung mga chords, yun yung composition for me. So, like for example, yung simple chords like G, E minor, C, D. Tapos sa compositions naman, we have rule of thirds, something like that, yung mga diagonal lines, golden ratio. So, nako-combine mo siya, nakakagawa ka ng unique, something out of those compositions or out of those chords para parang yun yung nagiging unique style mo, yung perspective mo as a photographer and as a musician. So yun yung parang nagiging connect nila sa akin.
Interesting. And then in terms of the pandemic, kasi pangalawang taon na natin nasa pandemya, also as an events photographer or someone who also does events photography, ano yung nakita mo na impact nun sa ginagawa mo? And siguro para na rin dun sa mga photographers din who do the same genre of photography or who are in the business of photography like you.
Actually, it's really hard kasi lalo na nung mga first years nung pandemic, as in lahat talaga zero, yung mga advanced bookings, lahat nawala. So, wala, meron tayong mga friends na nagbenta na ng gamit and all. But it did not stop them kasi syempre, you really need to live
Right.
So, at the same time, nung nakakabalik na yung mga GCQ na, nakakasulpot-sulpot na rin ng mga events. Like kanina, nakashoot ako naman ng civil wedding.
Wow.
So, eventually, nagiging okay na ngayon ngayon. So,
kung ba nakapag-adjust na? Oo. Naka-adjust na tayo.
Nakaka-adjust na rin. So, para kasing nagiging new normal na kasi talaga siya. So, lahat may mask and all.
Right.
So, at least nakaka-adjust na. And then, at the same time ngayon, nabibigyan na rin ng vaccines yung mga tao. So, meron na rin, kumbaga, yung courage natin na lumabas na dadagdagan na. Ganun.
Siguro in terms of ano yung nililook forward mo? Siguro, kung i-lift itong pandemic, ano yung pinakauna mong gagawin? Didiretso ka ba sa beach? Ano
Travel.
Travel
talaga yung nakakamiss.
Oo, tama.
Yeah, ang dami kasi restrictions. So tapos siguro I think pagka travel kailangan na rin siguro magiging pass na rin yung vaccine kung kailangan vaccinated ka, yung mga ganun. So kasi dapat kompleto regados yung mga requirements mo talaga.
And siguro in terms of in terms of music, siguro balik tayo sa music. Kung pipili ka ng isang kanta or isang song title for this pandemic, ano yun?
Interesting Shucks. Hindi ko na pag-isipan yan
Or kahit ano lang, kung ano yung maiisip mo. Or siguro genre na lang. Ayan, genre ng, is it Or will it be rock? Will it be ano sa tingin mo yung babagay para sa pandemic?
Para sa pandemic, ano, emo.
Emo?
Emo songs.
Oo nga.
Emo songs.
Oo
Kasi
nga.
emote ka. Tapos, pero at the same time, it feels good. So, kumbaga, after you listen to it, magre-reflect ka kasi. Kumbaga,
right.
hindi lang siya dahil malungkot. Kumbaga, from there, sa mga napakinggan mo, sa mga nangyayari despite of the pandemic, yun yung nagiging drive mo to
Right.
uplift. To be uplifted lang, parang ma-encourage ka. Yung ganun.
There's a certain sense of awareness din 'di ba, in terms of
Yeah.
that. And speaking of since you mentioned emo, how important para sa ang mental health during this pandemic, and yun nga, since you do photography and music, ano sa tingin mo yung naitutulong nung ginagawa mong art para doon sa mga tao na nagko-cope up with mental health?
I think it's a good outlet, yung music tsaka yung photography. Kasi kasi 'di ba, we need to give back kung ano man meron tayo. So not just financially speaking, but we also have our time, talent So hindi lang yung treasure. So kung ano yung meron ka sa situation ngayon, sa nangyayari sa life mo today. Like for example, right now, we're doing this. We're sharing, we're giving back our talents to you guys, sa mga viewers. And also, syempre, eto rin, time na rin to. So we're serving sa yung time namin. So kumbaga, ito yung way on how we help, how we contribute sa nangyayari.
Malaking tulong 'yun kasi nga lalo na yung mga malulungkot ngayon, 'di ba? Na they find they find ways on how to cope up, 'di ba? Yung ma-entertain sila kahit papaano. And siguro, how does it feel being able to listen to the organizations that will be partnering? Ano yung sa tingin mo ang hugot mo from doon sa mga visually impaired, doon sa mga animals na ni-rescue nila nung Taal eruption? Ano yung naramdaman mo nung narinig mo yung stories nila?
Actually, I'm a dog lover. So, when I started kasi as a photographer nun, meron akong malaking event na na-shoot, yung sa POS. Yung
sa POS din.
Pet blessing. So, doon ko unang nalaman yung POS. Yung pet blessing sa Eastwood siya before. So, kumbaga yung advocacy nila, sobrang nakaka-bless lang kasi there are people na yung as in they're doing, hindi naman yung they're doing their effort, they have the effort, basta they're doing their best just to really help kung ano man yung mga stray dogs and all, right. Yung mga ganon. So kumbaga ano siya, nakakaano ng puso, yung gano'n, yung heartfelt talaga. Yung feeling. So tapos yung sa EWD naman sa photography with disability. So ang saya lang makita na ginagawa nila yon. So kumbaga yung creativity, nakikita natin na they're really creative. They nakakagawa sila ng kakaiba.
Lalo na yung mga children visually impaired, no?
Na visually impaired sobra.
Imagine mo, as a photographer, yan yung parang natin kung may artista, 'di ba, mukha yung ating binebenta. Sa photography, mata natin, 'di ba? Pero sa kanila, nagagawa nila. Siguro Kevs, just to maybe you can share kung saan nila maririnig yung music mo, sa kanila pwede i-follow. We have your Instagrams din. You're also on Spotify, 'di ba?
Yes, sir.
Ayan, go ahead. We'll show,
okay.
Papakita natin.
Alright, so you can listen to my music on Spotify. You just type Kevin Cabale. So I have 2 songs there. I released it last year and this year yung second single. So playlist nyo na, guys. So it's a good way sa morning, yan. Masarap yan pakinggan sa umaga, lalo na sasabay mo sa coffee mo.
Add to playlist.
And then my Instagram account.
Ayan.
So I have 2 accounts, yung isa for landscape and cityscapes, and then the other one is for my street photography.
Yan. Ito yata yung pang ano mo, yung photography. Ito
Yeah,
yung pang,
yeah. Yung K. Icabales photography is about street photography. And then yung Everything Beautiful in Its Time, yun yung real estate, landscape, and cityscapes.
Ayun.
And also, I have a YouTube channel. So, konti pa lang sila. 67 subscribers. Alam ko, ikaw na yung pang 68.
Huwag niyo kalimutan yung notification bell. Ayan, all.
Yan. Ayun.
Ayun. And then, page. May page.
Yeah. And also, for my events, yung mga gustong magpa-shoot ng wedding events, yung mga corporate events, so you can just follow K. Icabales Photography. You can search it on Facebook.
Ayun. And siguro, Kevs, just to intro yung ipa-perform mo or yung mga ipa-perform mo, bakit sila yung napili mo? Or siguro mamaya marinig naman natin. Baka may message ka na lang na gusto mong iwan para dun sa mga viewers, and baka may gusto kang batian na friends mo who are watching.
Okay. Message na lang for the viewers.
Good.
Siguro stay positive. Yun lang talaga kasi even if despite of the situation, kahit mahirap man, you should not lose hope. Always pray, as in yun talaga yung number one natin kailangan gawin yun. Ayun lang, simple message lang for all of us.
Ayun. Thank you, Kevs. And without further ado, ito na, pakinggan na natin ang songs ni Sir Kevin Icabales.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Icabales. You can follow me on Spotify, Kevin Icabales, and on Instagram and YouTube at Music Cabales. I would like to greet everyone here in PhotoNation International, a wonderful World Photography Month. Photography connects to people. It helps you communicate, inspire, and show a different perspective on things. So keep capturing moments. My first song is Afterglow by Ed Sheeran.
Stop the clocks, it's amazing. You should see the way the light dances off your head. A million colors of hazel, golden and red. Saturday morning is fading. The sun's reflected by the coffee in your head. My eyes are caught in your gaze all over again.
I'm going to sing is one of my original compositions entitled Mga Salita. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. You can also download it on iTunes. Hope you like it! Sa pagpatak ng oras ng ating pagkikita, ika'y nagmamadali at ako'y kumakaripas din habang sa ilalim ng liwanag ng buwan, tayo'y naghihintay sa mga salitang bibitawan, salitang nagpapangiti sa ating mga labi, salitang nagpapaluha sa dalabuong gabi. Habang sa ilalim ng liwanag ng buwan, tayo'y naghihintay sa mga salitang bibitawan, salitang nagpapangiti sa ating mga labi, salitang nagpapaluha sa dalabuong gabi. My last song would be 10,000 Hours by Dan and Shay featuring Justin Bieber. I'd spent 10,000 hours, 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes to learn the sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but I'm gonna try. If it's 10,000 hours or the rest of my life. Do you love the rain? Does it make you dance when you're drunk with your friends at the party? What's your favorite song? Does it make you smile? Do you think of me when you close your eyes? Tell me, what are you dreaming? Everything I wanna know, you know. I spent 10,000 hours, 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes to learn the sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but I'm gonna try. If You can stream my music on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. This is Kevin Cabales. Thank you for listening and have a good night, everyone.
Film Factor Podcast is back with a special live broadcast of PhotoNation Gives Back 2. Performing tonight, Brian Chan, Mar Angelo Perez, Kevin Ika Vales, Brian Canzana. Joining us tonight, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, Photography with a Difference, and the Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. Also launching tonight, Breaking Boundaries.
Hey guys, welcome back. Siguro let's bring our final performer tonight, Bri. Ayan, welcome, Brian. We have Mr. Brian Canzana with us tonight. Bri, tinanong ko na sa kanila lahat to. Tatanungin ko rin sa'yo. Ano yung nag-udyok sa'yo to do music?
14 years old ako that time na nag-start ako sa music. Hindi ko talaga siya ina-expect na matututo ako kasi wala, parang kumakanta lang ako sa CR. Then that time na natuto po ako sa church ko talaga ako. And nag-try po ako mag-gitara. And di ko po talaga siya matutunan yung mga basic chords like G, E minor. Nahihirapan talaga ako. For 2 years, yun lang yung alam ko. Hindi ko talaga siya kinaya. So, akala ko that's the end. Pero nung nag-participate ako sa church and natutunan ko lalo yung bass guitar, doon ako nag-start na instrument, nag-bass guitar ako sa church. And next is, ayun, pinag-song leader nila ako, doon ako natuto kumanta lalo. And nalaman ko na kaya ko pala. Yun, na kaya ko siya and ang daming sumuporta sa akin para ipagpatuloy yung music. Doon ko siya na-umpisa.
Siguro, Bri, punta naman tayo doon sa type of music. Ano yung type of music na pinapakinggan mo? Bukod doon sa mga pinaperform mo siguro.
Yun po sa church, like worship and praise songs and OPM po and alternative indie rock. Tsaka metal rock.
Siguro kung may isang banda na siguro yung pinaka-paborito mong banda, ano yung banda na yun?
Siguro po yung Silent Sanctuary.
Silent Sanctuary, oo nga. And then, in terms of music, di ba, minention mo yung music, nakatulong din sa'yo in a way. Papaano siya? Ano yung, saan mo nakikita yung balance niya between music and also photography na ginagawa and video na ginagawa mo?
Yung music mo kasi para sa akin po, if i-connect ko siya sa photography, pwede po silang tandem talaga. Kasi ako po personally, kapag nakikinig po ako ng music, hindi lang po ako basta nakikinig. Ina-analyze ko yung lyrics kasi, kumbaga, pagdating po sa music, yung lyrics, ito po yung pinaka-story. So, doon ako nagbe-base pagdating sa music. Hindi ako nagbe-base kung gaano kaganda po yung quality nun or gaano kaganda yung tunog na napapakinggan ko. So, hindi naman po maganda yung binibigay na message. Katulad din po sa photography, hindi mo kailangan ng magandang camera para makapagbigay ng magandang photo. Kailangan mo talaga yung pinaka-story, yung pinaka ibibigay mo sa mga makikinig at makakakita ng mga ginagawa. Doon ko siya pwedeng i-connect.
Ayun, ganda nung sinabi ni Brian. Siguro punta naman tayo doon sa first song na ipa-perform mo tonight. Pinerform na rin to ni Hans last week. Pero ikaw, ano yung nakita mo na ano yung ganda siguro dun sa music na to na bakit siya yung napili mo? Mention mo na rin yung title.
Yung Bini-Bini po. Napakinggan ko siya. Then, sa TikTok ko lang po siya napakinggan. Nung una, hindi ko po talaga siya gustong itry. Pero,
nung pinakinggan ko siya, although tawag po dito, love song siya, pero ang ganda po nung message niya at the same time yung vibe. Ang ganda po nung pagkaka-execute ng song, ang ganda rin po ng lyrics. Kumbaga, pag pinakinggan mo to, pwede ka makatulog talaga.
Oo nga I agree. Yun. Siguro, pakinggan na natin yung first song na ipa-perform ni Brian, which is Bini Bini.
Bini, Bini, alam mo ba kung paano nahulog sa'yo? Naramdaman lang bigla ng puso. Aking sinta, ikaw lang nagparamdam nito. Kaya sabihin mo sa'kin ang tumatakbo sa isip mo. Kung mahal mo na rin ba ako, isayaw mo ako sa gitna ng ulan. Mahal ko, kapalit man nito'y buhay ko. Gagawin ang lahat para sa'yo. Alam kong mahal mo na rin ako. Bini, Bini, sabi mo noon sa'kin ayaw mo pa, pero ang yakap ngayon'y kakaiba. Hindi ka ba nalilito? Totoo na bang gusto ko? Handang labanan ng puso. Alam kong mahal mo na ako. Kung ganon, halika na, tuwag lumayo. Isayaw mo ako sa gitna ng ulan. Mahal ko, kapalit man nito'y buhay ko. Gagawin ang lahat para sa'yo. Alam kong mahal mo na rin ako. Isayaw mo ako sa gitna ng ulan. Mahal ko, kapalit man nito'y buhay ko. Gagawin ang lahat para sa'yo. Alam kong mahal mo na rin ako.
Hey, we're back with Brian Canzana. Galing ni Bri. Oh, Bri, in terms of ano naman, siguro punta naman tayo sa pandemic. Kasi we know na, tinanong ko na sa kanila lahat to, siguro ikaw naman, sa perspective mo, ano yung naidulot nitong pandemic na to sa'yo? Lalo na nag-aaral ka pa. And
ano yung naramdaman mo nung pumasok ka sa transition from yung ordinary na buhay ng isa estudyante tapos biglang pumasok ka din sa pandemic. Akala nga natin, 'di ba, panandalian lang 'yun tapos naging 2 taon. So, ayun. Kwento mo na lang yung ano yung naramdaman mo nung pumasok dito sa pandemic.
Siyempre po nung pumasok that time, nagulat po talaga ako, hindi ko na-expect that time kasi graduating po ako ng ng junior high school eh. Siyempre parang best day ko para sa akin yun. Then biglang nawala. Ang dami pong nawalang opportunity na mangyayari dapat. Siyempre po nakakalungkot kasi alam mo po yan, hanggang ngayon hindi ko pa rin po tanggap na nangyayari ito sa atin. Kasi parang may mali po na dapat hindi naman po talaga ito nangyayari. Pero yun nga po, kailangan po nating sumunod, kailangan po nating sundin yung mga inuutos ng government natin. Pero yun nga po, at the same time, masaya po ko kasi may mga bagong opportunities na dumadating. Katulad pa na itong PhotoNation, katulad po na itong Porninville. Hindi ko rin po yun na-expect. So, siguro kung wala pong pandemic, hindi ko po alam kung may ganito or may experience yung ganito. Thankful pa din po ako kay Lord kasi nangyari pa rin po itong pagkakataon na to. And yun nga po, we must move forward.
Kumbaga ito yung mga ilan sa mga silver lining na hinahanap natin. Yung mga positive outlook, 'di ba? Yun yung mga kumbaga perspective. Tulad sabi nga nung sunod mo na kanta. And speaking of perspective, yung intro mo na yung new perspective. So, about saan yung kanta?
Yung new perspective po, i-connect ko po siya sa photography. Kumbaga, yung new perspective, kumbaga pag tumingin ka ng isang picture or isang shot, hindi mo lang siya titingnan sa isang angulo, titingnan mo siya sa iba't ibang angulo, then titingnan mo yung message niya. Parang katulad din po ng buhay natin. Kahit marami pong mga negative na nangyari ngayong taon and last year, but still, meron pa rin po tayong new perspective na nilalagay sa isip natin na kailangan hindi lang ako habang buhay magiging ganito. Kumbaga, babangon tayo and yun nga po, yung manalangin tayo kasi yun yung the best weapon natin ngayon na pwede natin gamitin dahil hindi po natin alam kung ano pa yung mga susunod na mangyayari.
Ayun, very well said. In terms of ano naman, Bri, kasi nga isa sa mga pinakakailangan natin ngayong pandemic is yung magtulungan. Narinig mo kanina yung PAVIC, yung mga parents for the visually impaired children, PAWS, yung Philippine Animal Welfare Society, tsaka PWD or Photography with a Difference. In terms of dun sa mga naikwento nila, ano yung naging impact nun sa'yo? And ano yung tingin mo na maitutulong pa natin para sa kanila?
Na-amaze po ako lalo dun sa PWD po. Kasi isipin nyo po sila may kakulangan sa katawan or sa kakayanan nila, tayo na normal. Kumbaga, ang laking impact sa akin na ako na normal, kumbaga, hindi ko naman po dinadaw yung sarili ko. Kumbaga, ang creative po nila, nakakamangha sila kasi katulad po nun sa mga visually impaired. Kumbaga, sayang, kumbaga, wala silang, hindi man lang nila makita yung shot nila. Kumbaga, sana meron din silang normal na paningin katulad natin para appreciate nila or makita nila yung beauty ng nagagawa nila. Kasi sobrang gagaling po nila. Kumbaga, kung may mata lang po sila ngayon, kumbaga kung i-level ko yung sarili ko, siguro ilo-look forward po sila kasi ang gagaling po nila.
Oo nga, nagulat din ako nung nakita ko yung mga litrato na kuha ng mga visually impaired. Diba? Parang photographers din. And ito na, without further ado, pakinggan na natin yung next song ni Sir Brian Canzana. This is Brian Canzana with a cover of New Perspective.
smile and I respire because I know they never win. There's a haze over my TV that changed everything I see. And maybe if I continue watching, I'll lose the traces worry me. Can we fast forward to go down on me? Stop there, let me correct it. I wanna live a life from new perspective. You come along because I love your face and admire your expensive taste. And who cares, divine intervention. I wanna be praised from a new perspective. But living with a good idea. So catch me up and getting out of here. Taking everything for granted, but we'll still accept the time. We move along with some new passion, knowing everything is fine. And I will wait with my hours fall 100 separate lines. But I regain repose and wonder how I ended up inside. Can we fast forward to go down on me? Stop there and let me correct it. I wanna live a life from a new perspective. You come along because I love your face and admire your expensive taste. And who cares, divine intervention. I wanna be praised from a new perspective. But living now would be a good idea. So catch me up and getting out of here. Catch me out, I'm getting out of here. More to the point, I need to show how much I can come and go. The other plans fell through and put a heavy load on you. I know there's no more I need to be said when I'm reaching through your bed. Take a look around instead and watch me go. Damn you effective. You come along because I love your face and I buy your expensive taste. And who cares, divine intervention. I wanna be praised from new perspective. But living out with a big good idea. So catch me out, getting out of here. It's not fair, just let me perfect it. I wanna live a life that was comprehensive. Cause getting clear a bad idea. Now catch me out, I'm gonna hear. So catch me up, I'm getting out of here.
Okay, we're back with Brian. Bri, siguro punta na tayo sa papaano ka nila mapafollow. I believe you have your social media accounts. Baka you can share with us. Go ahead.
Sige, follow nyo po ako sa aking YouTube channel and I will release those covers.
Huwag nyo kalimutan yung notification bell. Ayan. Go ahead.
Ayan po, nagko-cover po ako ng mga kanta and soon, diyan ko rin po ilalabas yung mga film and mga reel ko po and siguro yung mga vlogs too. Pero more on covers po muna ako and mamaya po mag-premiere na po.
And then Instagram?
And, sa Instagram po. Yung mga shots ko po, more on sceneries, landscape, and portrait shots.
And Facebook?
Facebook page po, Yellow TV. And dyan din po yung mga iba't ibang short covers ko. Pwede nyo po makita dyan. photos din po na iba, nandiyan din po. And if magkaroon po ako ng mga clients, dyan na rin.
Ayan. And siguro, in terms of the final question, siguro, ano yung message mo para dun sa mga kabataan tulad mo who are coping up with the pandemic? Baka may message ka para dun sa mga nanonood din.
Ayun po, shoutout din sa mga kaibigan ko na nanonood. Alam ko kung mahirap ngayong time na to kasi katulad ko, ina-expect ko po talaga na face-to-face ngayon or sana magkaroon ng face-to-face this year para naman po ma-experience namin yung pagiging estudyante. Dahil mahirap po eh. Iba po talaga yung face-to-face kasi kumbaga yung heart ko po, kumbaga kung ikaw po photographer, virtual ka ba nag-photography, nararamdaman ko po. Mahirap po talaga. So, yun, payo ko po sa kanila is continue to pray and yun nga po yung lagi ko sinasabi sa sarili ko, huwag akong panghihinaan ng loob. Make your passion your profession and your future. And yun lagi ko rin po sinasabi sa sarili ko na ano man yung mangyari sa akin, still lahat ginagawa ko para kay Lord. And lahat ng achievements ko is para sa mga taong basta din po sa akin.
Okay. And then, Bri, baka pwede mo ikwento yung next or yung last song na pinerform mo for us tonight.
Yung next song po is Nangangamba. And kay Zach Tabudo din po siya. Kinanta ko po siya kasi yung nangangamba, kinumpare ko po siya sa situation ko. Kumbaga, nangangamba, hindi ko alam yung next na mangyayari sa atin dito sa situation natin. Nangangamba, kumbaga, ano ba yung next step na gagawin ko kasi medyo nalilito pa rin ako sa gusto kong tahakin na profession or what. Kasi nangangamba, hindi pa rin talaga ako sure sa mga decisions ko sa buhay. Kaya ito po yung napili kong kanta. And yun, sikat din po siyang kanta. Kaya cover ko din.
Ayun, without further ado, again, thank you, Bri, and thank you to all the performers that we had tonight, and of course, our partners. Hindi ko muna tatapusin kasi meron pa tayong Breaking Boundaries right after this. Ito na, pakinggan na natin. This is Nangangamba, tama no? Nangangamba by Brian Canzana.
Nangangamba, nangangamba ang iyong puso, hindi ka sigurado, hindi ka sigurado, nalilito, nalilito ang iyong utak kung tunay bang pag-ibig to, tunay bang pag-ibig to, ano ba ang problema mo, sabihin ang totoo, sabihin mo na nilalaman ang puso mo at nararamdaman nito, kung di ba aminin ang gusto ka kasi mawala na ako. Nagulat ka nung may kasama na akong iba, kasama na akong iba. Pakipot ka, wag nang pakipot pa, baka maagaw pa ng iba, agaw pa ng iba. Wala nang Sabihin mo na nilalaman ang puso mo at nararamdaman dito kung di pa aminin ang gusto. Baka kasi mawala na ako. Ito na ang pagkakataon, wala nang pipigil sa'yo. Wag ka nang mahiya, sabihin ang totoo. Sabihin mo na nilalaman ang puso mo at nararamdaman dito kung di pa aminin ang gusto. Sabihin mo na nilalaman ang puso mo at nararamdaman dito kung di pa aminin ang gusto. Baka kasi mawala na ako.
Film Factor Podcast is back with a special live broadcast of PhotoNation Gives Back 2. Performing tonight, Brian Chan, Mar Angelo Perez, Kevin Ika Vales, Brian Canzana. Joining us tonight, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, Photography with a Difference, and the Parent Advocates for Visually Impaired Children. Also launching tonight, Breaking Boundaries.
Hindi ka na papatagalin kasi alam ko kanina pa kayo hinahantok. Good evening! The team of Breaking Boundaries. Again, we have si Direk Ned. Ito. Si Ned is our youngest member again. And then si Sir Adrian, ang ating technical director, and Miss Cindy, our producer. And of course, our host, Sir Hans. So,
hello po.
Ayan. So again, ano nga ba ang Breaking Boundaries? Siguro we can begin with Hans. Ikaw muna, Hans.
Tong Breaking Boundaries is another podcast. Basically, it's another show by Born in Film. Kasi 'di ba meron tayong Film Factor podcast. It will be a different show, but this time around we have planned this to be something light, something na medyo geared towards the younger generation. And in this podcast, we hope to achieve na makapag-engage tayo sa mga younger audiences natin since we have observed na karamihan sa PhotoNation International ay mga kabataan nga. Kaya itong mga generation natin, we feel that we have lots of things to offer. Kaya ginawa namin tong show na to. And at the same time to highlight the achievements of the younger generation na rin. So it is something that since 'di ba sinabi ng breaking boundaries, parang lahat tayo makaka-relate dito. Ganun, parang ganun po.
Kumbaga breaking your own boundaries, 'di ba? Napakalaking bagay noon lalo na ngayong pandemic kasi we know maraming mga kabataan, 'di ba? Ito nga pinag-usapan namin na maraming kabataan din sa panahon ngayon na ang nag-hesitate, 'di ba? Na i-pursue or gawin yung gusto nilang gawin. Siguro speaking of kabataan, siguro pakinggan natin yung pinakabata natin na member. Para tayong naabutan niya ba yung Batang X? Si Ned para siya yung isa dun sa Batang X eh. Batang X. Ned, ikaw. Since ikaw yung aalalay kay Hans, and how does it feel na isa ka nga dun sa pinaka bata or isa dun sa magdadala nito in the future? How does it feel?
Una po, excited po ang mga experience kasi halos first time ko po magdidirect ng ganito. and other Tsaka nakaka-proud po na makaka-pull off tayo ng parang ganitong show.
Oh, it's something new rin kasi sabi pinag-uusap nga kami nila Hans sa nila Adrian, nila Cindy. It's something new tsaka lalo na for the generation now. Wala kasing talagang podcast na puro mga kaedad nyo yung gumagawa. Karamihan mga kami, yung generation namin. Pero wala nang gumagawa sa mga ka-age nyo. So, Miss Cindy, ikaw naman, bato ko sa'yo, being the producer, ano sa tingin mo yung magiging impact nito for your generation?
Yes po. Since I have experience sa pagpaproduce ng Film Factor podcast, exciting kasi kaedaran ko yung makakatrabaho ko or yung sa host, si Hans, si Direct Ned. Exciting kasi ayun, kaedaran ko and looking forward ako na maging successful yung podcast natin.
Yun. And
Yes,
siguro,
naman.
ayun. Hans, ikaw, in terms of being the host, how does it feel leading siguro a team like this? Na lahat kayo halos magkaka-age and ano yung nililook forward mo in the future?
Medyo na overwhelm ako when I first time na tawag doon, in-invite niyo po ako para mag-host nitong podcast na to. But at the same time, nung nalaman ko na halos magkaka-age din naman kami nila Ned ba? Sobrang bata, no? And sila Ate Cindy and si Adrian.
Grabe sa at.
Ayun, so parang mas nakaka-motivate siya kasi given na hindi naman nagkakalayo-layo yung mga edad namin, parang mas madali sigurong makapag-work, ganun, and makapag-collaborate din para sa mga content na bubuuin namin.
Oo nga. And then, siguro, Adrian, ikaw naman, ano yung mga bago siguro na maaari nilang i-expect? Kasi di ba, nag-brainstorming tayo noon, and naisip nga natin maganda na magkaroon ng iba't ibang segments. Tsaka it's di ba? Sabi nga natin it's going to be something different every time. 'Di ba? Na something na hindi nakakasawa na palagi ito na lang na ito. 'Yun, baka pwede mo ikwento. Go ahead, Adrian.
Sa Breaking Boundaries, magkaaroon tayo ng fun show na fun show na makapagtanggal ng stress.
Oo.
Then maglalaro tayo ng fun activities. Then ang pinaka-target kasi na ito is katulad yan ng title mismo is Breaking Boundaries. Hindi lang siya pambata, hindi lang siya pammatanda. Kumbaga panglahatan siya. Ayun.
And si Hans, I believe meron tayong mga segment dito. One of the segment is actually yung naisip mo. Sabihin ko na ba? Ikaw na magsabi.
Okay lang.
Ikaw na magsabi and what ano yung target mo for that segment? Yung sa spotlight.
Yeah. Actually, nag-isip kasi kami muna ng mga possible names ng podcast natin. So, isa sa mga kinonsider namin yung the spotlight before kami nag-come up with the Breaking Boundaries. Then along that, pinag-isipan na rin namin if baka pwedeng gamitin natin Beyond Vision, mga ganun. So, eventually, we ended up with Breaking Boundaries kasi it's a more general theme. But then, since nauna din naming naisip yung the spotlight, we have decided to make it as a segment of the podcast. Like, because we envision some guests then kasi since hindi naman siya ganun ka-formal but at the same time, we will be planning to invite some guests soon. So, kapag meron tayong mga guests, one segment na plano naming ilabas ay yung the spotlight. So, kung saan parang interview natin siya, parang similar dun sa flow ng Film Factor podcast but more informal siya, ganun.
Tsaka may isa pa, Madam Cindy, baka pwede mong ikwento and then si Ned, baka pwede ka magdagdag. Yung reactions, di ba nung isang araw sinishare ko sa inyo kay Ned tsaka kay Hans yung mga reactions ng mga tao. So, yun, baka pwede nyo ikwento. Si Ned na muna. Go ahead, Ned.
Yung isang segment na naisip namin is yung parang reaction video type po. Pero live kasi kasi medyo napansin din namin na madaming nakaka-relate pag nakakakita ka ng halos kapareho mo siyang mag-react na tao, ganun.
Wow. It's going to be something interesting, 'di ba? Na ano yung magiging reaction. Unos ilagay nyo dun si Tito Bong, no? Ano kaya magiging reaction niya dun sa mga... Miss Cindy, ikaw, in terms of the guests that you are looking forward to having, ano ba to yung magiging guest natin? Puro mga kabataan ba? Or it's a mix? Diba? Go ahead.
Yes po. Sa mga guests naman po, we're looking forward to invite yung mga members din natin na mga kabataan. Ayan, sila Direk Ned, sila Rambert, na makaka-relate din tayo and may share silang mga tips based on their experience at para din sa ating mga kabataan. Tapos yung naman po, we're also partnering with si Yuan sa team natin.
Ay, oo.
Yung VTuber. Bago din siyang pakulo.
Kumbaga magkakaroon tayo ng isang virtual guest. Ay, virtual host. Diba?
Yeah.
Nung nakita namin, first time namin nakita, tawa kami ng tawa kasi parang kakaiba to diba? So, yun. Miss Cindy, for those who'd like to be guests, saan kanila pwede i-contactin? I think they can email us, no? Pwede tayong email, no?
Pwede pong email and mag-connect lang sila sa akin sa Messenger and sa group.
Tsaka sa PhotoNation naman dun tayo. So siguro, to close this, kailan ba, ito yung pinakatanong ng mga nanonood ngayon, kailan ba to? Kailan ba tong Breaking Boundaries na to?
I think meron na din silang hint based dun sa name, like Breaking Boundaries, di ba? So, yun nga, officially, we plan to do the pilot episode of Breaking Boundaries on June 12, Independence Day, saktong-sakto, Breaking Boundaries, magiging malaya tayo. So, ayan, sana malaya din tayong mag-enjoy sa mapapanood natin sa pilot episode. And I hope na magsama-sama at magkita-kita tayo dun sa episode na yun.
Ayun. So, June 12. So, abangan na natin lahat yun. And siguro, tawagin na natin si Miss Liza para isara na tong Miss Liza. Andiyan ka pa ba? Naku, gising pa kaya si Madam, alam ko, kaedad nyo rin siya eh. Dali, part din siya niyan. Dali, ayan. Add to, ayan, si Madam. Madam Liza.
Yes. Siyempre ka-age ko yung mga kasama natin ngayon. Actually, friends, nag-prepare ako ng number. Kaya lang,
may isang linggo mo pa sinasabi.
Oo. Kaya lang nung nag-rehearse ako kanina, biglang kumulog. So sabi ko, wag na lang.
Oo nga. Ayan.
Diba?
Miss Lisa,
I don't wanna ruin the evening.
Ikaw naman, saan ka pinaka-excited sa Breaking Boundaries?
Lahat. Kasi ito
showbiz.
Bagong
Showbiz.
Ito nga yung showbiz. Lahat kasi mga new talents to. Tapos marami silang ibubuga.
Ayun. Yes. And then with that, abangan ho natin ang Breaking Boundaries June 12. Again, that's going to be hosted by Hans, and mag-invite pa tayo ng mga ibang friends natin para may makasama si Hans. And it will be ang gagawa ho niyan yung mga pinaka-bata or pinaka-youngest or next generation na mag-lead dito sa ginagawa natin. And for that, we're very much excited. Ayun. And siguro, to end this program, itong ating PhotoNation Gives Back, I give the honor to Miss Liza to close this. Miss Liza, go ahead, please.
Yes. Well, it's really important to have support groups, lalo ngayong pandemic. And I'd like to thank our guests for tonight, pati yung performers natin. Surely you have...
Go ahead.
Sayang hindi lang ako nakapag-perform. Siguro sa next na lang. Anyway, surely you have inspired our viewers with your stories, advocacies, and talents. We learned a lot from you. And when there are hindrances or challenges in life, don't lose hope. There are other ways to achieve things, and nothing is impossible when you try and put your heart into it. And also have faith in God. Dasal lang tayo. And to our guests, your dedication is truly admirable, and your compassion is what we need in this world. Let us use our talents, pool our resources, and help when we can. Yun lang.
Ayun. Napakaganda na sinabi ni Madam Lisa. Pang Oscars moment eh. Hindi, joke lang. Napakaganda nung sinabi ni Miss Lisa kasi and I agree. 'Di ba? Sa panahon ngayon, wala magtutulungan kundi tayo lang din. 'Di ba? And I think it's a good way to end, 'di ba, Miss Lisa? Again, thank you for everyone who joined us tonight. And sabi nga ng Avengers, ano nga ba ang sabi ng Avengers? Assemble. 'Di ba? And we hope through this in PhotoNation, we assemble to help. 'Di ba? Ito na yung pinaka tulong natin sa pandemya na to. And we can only do this kung magkasama-sama tayong lahat. So, with that, asan na yung iba? Ayan. Sa iilan na lang natitira dito sa Zoom. Ayan. Magandang gabi at salamat na marami sa inyong lahat na sumuporta at sumusuporta sa atin. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow night. Makakasama ulit natin yung mga friends natin. And then bukas, maganda yung topic natin kasi it's going to be an open discussion to close World Photography Month. Kanina, makikita nyo sa PhotoNation, nag-post tayo ng sino ba yung nabully? Sino ba yung hindi pa naka-experience mabully sa photography? Kasi ako personally, I've experienced na nabully ako nung nagsisimula ako. And I share that experience with everyone. And sabi ko nga, in photography, dalawa lang yan. May good and bad side of photography. And if we only discuss kung ano yung mga good about photography, it won't balance everything. So, it's always good to be in the middle, 'di ba? Yung tipong pag-usapan natin ano yung naging experience natin kasi ang photography hindi naman lahat 'yan masaya, 'di ba? There are times na mawawala ka ng gana. There are times na iisipin mo na bakit ko ba ginagawa 'to or bakit ko pag ginagawa 'to. Diba? Ang mahal-mahal nito, ba't ko ubusin yung pera ko sa ginagawa ko na hindi ko naman nagagawa yung gusto ko, parang ganon. And at the end of the day, it's all about coming back from that. And that's what we're going to discuss tomorrow. So, i-share natin. Again, we also invite the viewers, kung kayo na-experience nyo na nabully kayo in photography or at certain point, online, lalo ngayong pandemic, kung na-experience nyo, i-share nyo kasi magandang way yun para makatulong pa tayo sa mas maraming tao. So, with that, thank you and good night. Bye, guys. Sana yung pa-laser natin. Good night. Bye-bye.
Walking through the heavy light, the streets are empty and you don't feel right. You didn't want to let yourself down, so don't be scared to get out. Here's 1,000 voices saying the time is now. Bye.